you know about retro ghetto? Collecting and playing retro. Lock into the retro ghetto.
Hi everybody, welcome back to the Retro Ghetto, and today we're going to be looking at what is by far my most requested video. I've done 3 or 4 previous videos now looking at video games to invest in, where essentially what I do is I look at games that are still relatively cheap, but I give you guys reasons as to why I think they're going to continue to go up in value, and as to why I think it's worth investing in that video game now. Personally, I like to purchase these games so that I can add them to my collection before the price gets unaffordable. Whether you decide to do that or whether you decide to flip it down the line to make some money, that's simply your call. As I always say, I don't knock the hustle. So as I say, from today's video, I'm going to be giving you various different games over a few different consoles that I think will definitely be going up. And as I say, I'm going to be giving you the reasons why. And not only that, the last game that we're going to be looking at today that I think is going to go up in value is going to be a CEX Lottery. This is a game that I've been trying to get my hands on for a long time. CEX have cancelled my order on 2 or 3 occasions. I've also been sniped on eBay numerous times, and the value of this just keeps going up. It was a game that I didn't even know existed a few months ago, but as soon as I saw it and saw the graphical style, I knew I had to have it in my collection. Hopefully we've got a nice complete copy here, and yeah, you guys will be able to see what it is and decide whether you want to invest in it as well.
Retro ghetto.
Okay, so the first game that I want to tell the world about ironically translates to a code of silence within the mafia, and that is Omerta. Released on the Xbox 360 in 2013, this was developed and released originally in Germany by, if my pronunciation is correct, Heimimon Games. This is a tactical turn-based game, but what caught my eye was the fact that it is linked to the mafia. I love all those kind of games that have got the mob involved, whether that be the Mafia games, the Godfather games, any sort of gangster film, especially from that sort of Italian mob era, is definitely something that I really enjoy playing. So when I came across this game, I thought to myself, why do I not already own this? And whilst it's not rare, it's certainly uncommon. The reason I think this is going up in value is that there's only 8 copies of this currently in stock at CEX. It's only £3.50. You will pay a little bit more for it on eBay currently. Based on the fact there's so few copies of this in stock at CEX, and it's also something that you very rarely see out and about. Also, the source material is something that people have a lot of love for, including myself. Not only that, I've spoken on this channel before that Xbox 360 will not continue to be the price it's at now. I think the vast majority of Xbox 360 games will increase in value over time. And for all those reasons, I think for just £3.50, you cannot go wrong investing in Omerta. Okay guys, so if you've been watching my vlogs, you will have seen that I recently picked up a copy of Batman Rise of Sinzu on the GameCube. Ever since I picked it up, I've been playing this game. I'm almost at the end of it now. I've had so much fun, me and little man, playing through this game. It's one of those that really stands up to the test of time very well. And irrespective of it going up in value, this is definitely one I would recommend purely from a gameplay level. Batman Rise of Sinzu was developed and published by Ubisoft and was released in 2003 across multiple platforms. You can pick this up considerably cheaper on both the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox. The reason that I wanted to highlight the GameCube version over those is that there's just 2 copies of this in stock currently on the GameCube at CEX. And yes, it is going for £22, but it's selling for significantly more regularly on eBay. Copies of this are being sold for £30, so whilst this is not necessarily a rare game, it's definitely one which is uncommon on this system. GameCube generally has had a massive resurgence in recent years. I don't expect that to slow down too much anytime soon. And with it being a fantastic game, somewhat uncommon, and with there being so much love for the Batman franchise generally, I definitely think this is one worth investing in if you can pick up a copy for in and around £20.
Retro ghetto.
And accelerating back towards Xbox 360, I want to be looking at Outlaws World of Sprint Cars. This 2016 racing game was developed by Big Ant Studios. This game is currently being sold at CEX for £8. The cheapest one you can find currently on eBay is £15. But there's only 8 copies of this currently in stock at CEX. As if all those reasons weren't enough to point to the fact that this one's going to start going northwards in terms of price, the PlayStation 3 equivalent of this game is currently going for £38. Now, as I've said on this channel often before, what will happen is once a price gets to a certain point on the PlayStation 3, people will just tend to pick up the Xbox 360 version instead because they don't want to pay that amount. And then slowly over time, the Xbox 360 version will also increase in price. I've said many times before, I personally prefer to play my arcade races on the Xbox system, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that thinks like that. I think if you can pick up a copy of this for £8 right now, you can't go too far wrong.
Retro ghetto.
And sticking with the theme of PS3 equivalents being sold at more, this game fits exactly into that category, and that is Zone of Enders HD. This third-person hack-and-slash shooter was originally a 2001 PlayStation 2 release. This game ticks almost every box in terms of going up in value. It's a HD collection, of which they all tend to go up in value. The PlayStation 3 version is £20, whereas the Xbox 360 one is just £5. It's a Hideo Kojima game, and there's only 10 copies of this currently in stock at CEX, which again would point to this being a somewhat uncommon game. I don't think you can go too far wrong with this one if you can pick this up for as little as £5. Okay, so this next one I've been debating whether I should be putting it on this list or not. The reason being is there's just one copy of this available right now at CEX, and I don't own it. So I was very tempted to just buy it for myself and speak about this one down the line. What I didn't want to do was tell you about a game, tell you about the price it's listed at, and there's not even any available copies to purchase. And that is the triple pack collection of Outland, From Dust and Beyond Good and Evil HD. My understanding is that this was 3 games that were originally released by Ubisoft digitally, and they then decided to put them all together onto one disc to create this triple pack. I've never played any of the 3 games before, so if you have, please let us know in the comments if they're any good. But this is currently available for £15. As I say, there's just one in stock, but if you can pick it up on eBay potentially for in and around that price, I don't think you can go too far wrong. Okay, so we've made it to the CEX Lottery part of the video. Guys, I've been waiting so long to have this game in my hands. As I've said previously at the start of the video, I've tried so many times to get this game and it just keeps slipping through my fingers. It's definitely uncommon, which is surprising given how massive this franchise is. I wasn't aware of it, as I say, until about 6 months or so ago. And when I saw it and I saw the gameplay, I thought, do I not only own this game, I wasn't aware of it. So yeah, it's one that I set my attention to, and I've seen it sort of increase on eBay from sort of £20 upwards towards 30 now. It was listed at CX at 15 when I got this, which is weird because I've been waiting months for it to come into stock. I checked today and there's 2 in stock and it's gone up to £18. If you can get one of those 2, just buy it, believe me. So I paid 15 for this. I'm just praying that it's all here and it's got the manual, because obviously now I'm making you guys aware of it. It's going to be even harder to attain this game, but yeah, hopefully it's what we think it is. Get rid of that. Okay, so I'm going to say straight away, this is for the Nintendo Wii. Every time I think I'm done with my Wii library, I keep finding another game. There's some great gems there, guys. I often compare the Wii library to TK Maxx. You go in there, there's loads of rubbish. You're going to have to get through all that shovelware. But there's always that one gem that you can find hidden away. And I think this is that gem. Let's get into it. It's not great. Anyway, we'll get to my condition of this copy in a minute, of which it's definitely not great. It is Dragon Ball Revenge of King Piccolo. So Dragon Ball Revenge of Piccolo is a 2009 arcade-style platform beat-em-up with an absolutely gorgeous art style. Now, if you're watching this thinking, who didn't know about that game, or I've been playing this game for years, good for you. I wish I had. I had no knowledge of this game, and as I say, I've definitely come to realise that it's somewhat uncommon. You'll be seeing footage now of the gameplay, and it looks absolutely beautiful. And it's just one of those games, with it being such a big franchise. I don't know why it hasn't been more prominent or why it didn't sell more. Maybe it just wasn't big in this country at that time. But getting back to my copy, again, you'll be seeing the overlay now. It's quite badly damaged. The outer sleeve looks like it's been through the mill. It's all here. It's complete, and the disc is lovely. Yeah, as I say, it's all there. It's just a shame about the outer sleeve. To be fair, I don't think the box is doing it many favours. It'll look a lot better in a fresher case, but you can see there's been a bit of water damage in there. It's a bit wavy, and as a result, it's got like a couple of creases on the cover. But it will look much better once I was going to say swap, but that's going in the bin. Once I put a cleaner case on it. But given my battles with this game, this is staying right here in my collection. I've spent way too long trying to get this game in my hands that this isn't going back, especially at £15 when it's going for effectively double that now on eBay. So yeah, not the best condition, but this is definitely a game that I can recommend to you guys. But there we go, guys. You might have noticed there's not 10. That's because I didn't want to stretch this video. As I said to you at the start of the video, these are just games I've come across naturally whilst adding to my own collection. I didn't want to just be scraping the barrel to try and find a game that, oh, it might go up in price by £1 in a year or so from now. I'd rather give you guys good, solid games and good, solid reasons as to why I think they're going to go up in value. As always, there's no guarantees. Don't put your nan's pension on it. Don't put your lunch money on it. But if, like me, you enjoy collecting, it might be worth picking these games up now before they become too expensive in the future. As always, I want to give a massive shout out to everyone that's taken the time to watch. I really appreciate it. Play your games, keep it retro. I'll see you all on Sunday's vlog.
Retro Ghetto.